Hold something beautiful in your hands. A ceramic cup with weight to it. A wool coat that falls a certain way. A chair that's been in someone's family for 60 years and still looks right. You don't need to know anything about these objects to feel it. Your body registers it before your mind catches up. There's a quality, a density, an intention that cheap things simply don't have. Now here's the question. Can a person carry that same quality? Can a woman walk into a room and give off the feeling of something well-made? The answer is yes, and it has nothing to do with what she spent. Let's be honest about something. When we say a woman looks expensive, we're not talking about her clothes. We're talking about a feeling she gives off, a kind of coherence. A sense that everything about her, the way she moves, the things she keeps, the choices she makes, belongs together. Most people think this feeling comes from money, but money doesn't create coherence. Money doesn't teach you which fabrics breathe and which ones suffocate. Money doesn't tell you that the perfect shade of cream is different for every woman, and finding yours might take years. Money can buy things. It cannot buy an eye. And the eye, that quiet, trained ability to recognize what's good and what's noise, is the real source of elegance. Today, we're going to talk about how to build it. Here's a question worth sitting with. How many things in your life would you still want in 10 years? Not how many would still function. How many would you still love? The woman with taste asks this question constantly. Every time she brings something into her life, a jacket, a vase, a friendship, a habit, some quiet part of her is asking, will this age well? Fast things are easy to acquire. They flood your space and your mind, and for a moment they feel like abundance. But fast things age badly, they warp, they fade, they date themselves within a season. Slow things are harder to find, they require patience. They often cost more upfront, not always in money, but in attention. You have to look longer, you have to wait. That's the 10-year test. And the women who look expensive, they've been passing it for decades without anyone noticing. There's a kind of intelligence that doesn't live in the brain. It lives in the fingertips. Watch a woman with taste touch fabric. She rubs the material between her fingers. Her hands are collecting data that her eyes can't access: weight, texture, drape, temperature. This is material intelligence. It's something you accumulate one touch at a time. Natural fibers feel different. Wool breathes. Linen wrinkles intentionally. Silk warms to your skin. Polyester doesn't. It sits separate. She learned this in fitting rooms and fabric stores, in her grandmother's closet, and in the disappointment of online shopping. She trusted her hands, and eventually, her hands taught her everything she needed to know. There's a common misunderstanding about elegance. People think it's about adding things, the right accessories, the right decor, but real elegance moves in the opposite direction. Taste is not about accumulation, it's about elimination. It's the confidence to leave space empty. To say no to the extra pillow, the fifth bracelet, the unnecessary sentence. Knowing that what you remove is just as important as what you keep. This is why the woman with taste often owns less, not more. Not because she's minimalist, because she's precise. She understands that the power of a single perfect thing is greater than the noise of 20 almost right ones. Negative space is not emptiness. It's intentional. It's the frame around the art that lets you actually see it. Here's something frustrating but true. You cannot copy someone else's taste and expect it to work on you. You've tried. You see a woman whose style you admire and you think, I'll just do what she's doing. And it doesn't land. It looks like you're wearing a costume, someone else's life, draped over yours. That's because taste is not a template. It's a translation. The woman who looks expensive isn't copying anyone. She knows which neckline works with her shoulders because she's looked in the mirror thousands of times. She knows which colors make her skin look alive from decades of noticing. This is the difference between imitation and integration. Imitation borrows someone else's answer. Integration finds your own. And integration, slow, personal, unrepeatable, is the only path to elegance that actually lasts. There's a final layer to all of this, something deeper than the eye, the body. Think about the last time you wore something that felt truly right, not just acceptable, but right, in a way that changed how you stood, how you walked, how you breathed. Certain clothes make you straighten your spine. Certain fabrics make you move more slowly. The woman who looks expensive has learned to trust this. She doesn't choose clothes based on how they look on a hanger. She chooses based on how they make her inhabit herself. A well-cut jacket pulls her shoulders back. A heavy silk skirt changes her gait. And here's what's remarkable: other people can feel it. They register the woman who is comfortable in her own body, who moves like she belongs there. That's the deepest form of elegance. not a look. A presence, and presence cannot be bought. It can only be practiced. So here's what I want you to take from this. Start touching fabric. Start asking the 10-year question. Start removing everything that dilutes you. Start noticing the body. Your body already knows what feels right. Your hands already know what's well made. Your eye already knows what belongs. You don't need more money. You don't need a different body. You just need to start trusting your own. Because the woman who looks expensive, she's not the one who spent the most. She's the one who cared the most about texture, about time, about the quiet intelligence of her own hands and her own body. And that woman is already in you. Thank you for watching. If you're ready to become the woman you've been practicing, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.